Hi, good morning, everybody. It's bake day in my micro bakery here on Long Island, New York, and I'm so glad it has cooled off quite a bit. We've had a heat wave here that's just been relentless. So thankfully that's passed. I got my little head handkerchief on because I always bake with that just to make sure all my bread stays sanitary. So I am just doing about 10 or 15 loaves today, and I will have to say kudos to all the women who are out there in their kitchens doing 100 loaves at a time because it's really hard. I decided to add some other products to my list of offerings because I wanted to have some sweet treats. Last week I did baklava, which really worked out great, and I sold out the entire amount that I had, which was good. But my little micro bakery is really little. I don't do more than 15 loaves a week, which quite honestly is enough for me. In case you don't know me, my name is Kathy. I'm 65 years old, almost 66, and I'm a widow. I was widowed very unexpectedly during COVID, and this channel is one step forward in my life, and I'm hoping that I can connect with other people who are in a similar situation, living alone. In my case, it wasn't by choice, but I am living alone and moving forward in life, and it's definitely a process and a journey, but I do feel like I've learned a lot of things in this journey about myself and also about how to actually live alone after being married for 25 plus years. So hopefully you'll see something in this content that resonates with you. There certainly are a lot of people who after COVID lost their partners, which was, devastating, right? So I also feel like today, after I bake, I'm going to be out there delivering my bread, which is something that I enjoy doing because I actually get to meet my customers. And I mean, not all of them are home, but many of them are. And bread for them harkens back to a time when, for them, bread was made very simply. It was often gotten from the local bakery or made in-house. So they really appreciate what I'm doing. And also for the young people who are savvy and aware of the benefits of sourdough and who want to feed their families in a healthier way without lots of preservatives and all that kind of stuff. So that's what my micro bakery, it's really a micro bakery, is all about. And I do enjoy it. And it's just one of the things that I'm doing for myself to go forward in life. And I do have a love for food, and I love to share food, so I figured, let me try this sourdough stuff out. And quite honestly, I started baking when I lost my husband. During COVID, I was thrust into living alone. We all know how absolutely devastating that was, and we hope we never have to experience that again. But that's where I started to learn sourdough baking, and it's taken me a lot of loaves. Many of my friends were on the receiving end of some of my not so great loaves, but that's okay. That's how I learned. And I also learned to persevere and stick to something. I in the past feel like many things I was good at right away, but this took some time, and I'm proud of myself for sticking it out. So you're probably wondering what my bread looks like, and I will show you. And also today I'm offering the sourdough chocolate chip cookies because I think that's a really popular item, and it's not as labor intensive as bread. And if you bake sourdough, it's a 2-day process, and you really kind of babysit your dough. So, bread is great, but I would also like to be able to sell something with it, something that's sweet, and also obviously increase my sales and therefore my profits. So I'm going to show you the bread that I've baked. I've got about 10 loaves out now and 5 more in the oven, but I will show you those, and I will show you the cookies. And I guess the bottom line is you don't have to do everything huge. I know these people who have amazing channels and amazing businesses with lots and lots of sourdough coming out of their kitchen, and that was never my goal. My goal was just to do something that felt good for my heart and to provide a service for my community that they would appreciate and love. And that's exactly what's happened. And in this day and age when connections are sometimes hard to come by, you know, the old-fashioned delivery service model for me has really worked. And I do like to connect with people because I do live alone and I spend a lot of time alone. And that's the truth. You know, when you have a partner in your life, there's somebody around, usually at least 10 hours a day. And when you live alone, it's not that way. And if you live alone, you understand what I'm saying. We end up, you know, and I'm okay being alone, and I do like my peace, and but it's a solitary experience. And I'm hoping through these small things that I'm doing in my life that I will just naturally connect with people more, just because I think it's important for everybody. So I guess that's it. I'm going to show you the breads that I've baked, and I'll show you my cookies, and I hope that you'll follow my channel and that we can create some sort of community here to connect and be real and authentic about what this experience really is like, living alone in our 60s and beyond, and we'll get through it. Okay, thanks. Okay, so getting better. These are plain. Sometimes it's hard to get those ears, but because I do use whole wheat, I think that is part of the issue. That one's not too bad. It's okay. It's bread. It doesn't have to be a work of art. And I do know my bread tastes delicious, and that's the bottom line. So that's an everything loaf, and that's rosemary, which is definitely a big popular loaf. And why not? Oh, olive oil in this bread and a tomato. I think that's all you need. Maybe some cheese and some. Well, that's not good. Somehow I just dropped all my cookies. What the heck? I'm not a new baker here. How did I do this? Oh, and now I'm trying to film too, which is not a good idea. Well. Oh my God. It's an adventure. Okay, well, I know what happened here. I put these cookies on parchment paper and it screwed me up. When I started to pull out the tray, the paper just slid and literally the cookies slid off. This, I don't think has ever happened to me, ever. My oven is full of chocolate and goo, but bottom line is, I think I tried a little piece. These are delicious. Seriously, these smashed ones, maybe move over smashed burgers and let's do smashed chocolate chip cookies. I don't know, they look fine to me. I mean, I know somebody will eat them. All right, well, I would say a success overall. And by the way, this is how I keep track of my customers. Old-fashioned, write it in a book. Paid, not paid. All right, delivering everything later once everything's cooled.